Hi, welcome to the Day Palmer Show. And with me in this episode, I have an author, public speaker, and parenting and spirituality coach, Teuta, Avdyli. Welcome to the Day Palmer Show.
Thank you, Dave. It's an honor to be here in your show. Thank you for inviting me. I'm so grateful. Thank you.
You're welcome, Teuta. It's Teuta, yeah? Teuta?
Teuta, yes.
Teuta Avdyla.
Avdyli.
Avdyli, okay. And
Avdyli.
yeah, great. Well, tell us your story. Obviously, you're in London now. That's where you're home now, isn't it? So, you've been through quite a few things, and I see one of the major things you had in your life was that you was run over by a lorry. Well, it's not funny,
Yes.
but because I used to work as a firefighter, and actually one of my last things was getting someone from under the wheels of a lorry. Actually, that's one of the last things I remember because it's one of the last incidents. But
Yeah.
of course, when it happens to someone themselves, that's a different thing altogether. Tell me about your life. You're from Albania originally?
Yes. I am Teuta, as you said, Teuta Avdyli. I
Yeah.
came here in UK since, living here for nearly 22 years, actually.
Oh, that's very long.
So, yes, long
You're a Londoner. You're a
long
Londoner now.
life. Yes,
Yeah,
yes, I'm very proud to be
Yeah,
actually.
yeah.
I love London. I love city. I love the diversity. I love everything. The energy, the atmosphere.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I love
It's a
London.
great
I love
city.
London.
It's a great city. I mean, I'm just, it's my home. I
So
mean, I was
yes.
born in London anyway, but it's still my home, even if
Oh,
whether,
okay.
yeah, even if I wasn't born there. I mean, my parents weren't. They were immigrants from the Caribbean and Mauritius, but still, it's even more multicultural than it was when I was growing up. Which is great. So tell us what life is like, because Albania was a war-torn place a while ago, wasn't it?
Yes. Yeah, now is the democracy there. They're doing
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
They are improving as well as a country, and
Yeah.
so yes. But yes, going to your question about yes, I am a motivational public speaker,
Yeah.
author, a bestseller author of the book
Wow.
Born to Stand Out, which this one, Born to
Okay.
Stand Out and
Right.
Not to Fit in 6 categories, actually. So,
Excellent.
and my second book is very soon is in editing stage now, so it's going to be published very soon, which is called Family Legacy of Love. And both of these books have very deep and meaning behind it.
Oh, wow.
So starting from my, imagine a beautiful young woman who's doing great academically, improving, involved in hobbies.
Yeah.
And
Well, I'm not
what
imagining it.
happens?
You're right in front of me now. I don't need to imagine it.
Yes.
I'm joking.
Right,
Sorry.
I'm going to say that that time I thought that I was doing, I was living my passion and my purpose.
Yeah.
But there was that little voice saying to me, "Is this all?" Which I kept ignoring and carrying on with my daily activities.
Yeah.
Standing where I'm this moment wasn't easy. It was a long journey, felt it was the crooked path and rough road, but every lesson learned is worth every pain. It was September 2016. Finally, my children were full-time at school and I was ready to put myself first and to create my own dreams.
Yeah.
So my son was 5 years old, so he was full-time at school.
Yeah.
So I felt very happy because I thought, okay, now after 10 years, a stay-at-home mom, I said, now I can put myself first and do something with my own life. But little did I know that I was getting ready to meet something that will change my life forever. It is that moment when you say, that's it. My life has come to an end.
Wow. So
I
tell me
got
about
my
that.
bicycle.
Yes, I've gone.
Yes. I got my bicycle. I used to cycle actually 13 years, Dave. I would go. Now you know where is London Bridge because you said that you used to live. From Walthamstow to London Bridge, I would go cycling, no matter the weather, rainy, shiny, whatever.
That's a fair
I
way. That's
didn't
a fair
like to.
journey. That's a long journey.
Yes, was, yes.
Yeah.
So going and coming back was my bicycle. So you can imagine that bicycle was my hobby.
Yeah.
And I loved cycling. So I got the bicycle and cycling on the road when out of blue I felt a huge bang. I was flung to the side of the road and knocked
Yeah.
down on the ground. I couldn't comprehend what was happening to me. My heart came to my throat from the sunshine to the
Yeah.
darkness. And in fact, that day was the most beautiful day in London. And you know, when we have sunshine here in
Yeah. I
London,
know. Yeah.
London looks beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And
this
I
is in the
couldn't
summer
comprehend
then,
what,
spring or summer then.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. And I couldn't comprehend what's happened to me. And I was just, when I saw a big truck with double wheels came over my legs 3 times.
Oh my.
I screamed, "Ah!"
Yeah.
But the driver didn't see me. The
Yeah.
second roll over, I screamed with exceeding and a bitter cry. If you were there, you would see the desperation on my voice, on my heart, and on my soul. Pure terror. Then I was looking around how to help myself. Oh, yes, I saw a steel pole in front of me. I reached for it and I grabbed it with my 2 hands and I gave my body a big push, hoping to save my legs from the third rollover. But I couldn't move an inch as my feet were stuck and trapped under the bicycle wheel, the bicycle of the heaviness. They become one with my ankle.
Yeah.
Pool of blood gushing everywhere. I felt utterly perplexed and dignified. And that was the worst feeling to be in. And in the midst of that, I raised my eyes and I pleaded to God. And I said, God, please let me live, even without legs, even without arms, but just keep my heart and my mind, my children, my children. They were too young. How can I live without saying my last goodbyes? Dave, I
Yeah. I know.
felt in love with life. Never I knew that how precious life was until that moment. I said how foolish I was. You know, how foolish I was like, you know that we worry for little and pettiest thing? But that
Yeah.
time I felt in love with life. I felt in love and I said, God, please help me now. I need you. I felt that I was leaving because the pain was so excruciating, you know, and I couldn't bear anymore. I felt that I was leaving. I gave up. I said, that's it. I closed my eyes. I remember that I closed my eyes and I was floating on the white, bright clouds. When and that moment, and all I could think was just my children, and I could imagine that they were running towards me and calling, "Mommy!" Tears, I was running down on my feet, on my face. I thought that I'll never see them again.
Yeah.
When something opened up, a powerful inner voice said to me, no, this is not your end yet. This too shall pass. How about your children? David, and immediately I got back the will to live again. A sense of peace and unbelievable strength came over me. Know this, no past, no future. Just the present moment exists. Nothing mattered anymore. No worry, no memory, no even pain. I could feel nothing, just my eternity. I could feel this sensation, this vibration, this energy through every fiber of my being. What an amazing feeling. It was coming so big, was becoming intense and intense. This is someone that I call God.
Yeah.
If I could, just only could describe to the whole humanity that feeling, but I can't. I'm not big enough. Was something that will stay, and it is, and I'm so grateful that I feel that moment, just that is the moment that passed, just it is like happened yesterday. because it makes me to understand that I should not forget when I came from and when I'm now.
Yeah.
So yeah, so yes, that was so I could, and then I got the energy back, and I remember that I found myself at the hospital bed.
Yeah.
I sustained serious injuries on my right ankle. I was bedridden nearly 1 year. I
Oh,
couldn't
that's a long
move.
time. Yeah.
I had open wound on my right ankle. A bone was taken from my hip. I mean, Dave, I have scars all over my legs, but do you know what I say? I love them
Yeah. Yeah.
because it reminds me the crown of my victory. It reminds me the pain that I turn to be who I am today.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I am grateful that I am not the woman that I was yesterday, but I become the woman that I am today because I was not living my greatness. I was just making myself, I was just pleasing myself. I was like doing, pleasing myself, wearing beautiful clothes, but I didn't see beyond that. That's when we have those moments. And we in life, we all got through, we all have setbacks, disappointment, failures. But the point is, are you paying attention to those? Even the little signs, we have to pay attention. What are they telling us? And what we have to do with those?
Yeah.
So yes, the journey was not a easy journey. I had to go multiple operation. The main one lasted 12 hours
Oh
in
wow.
the theater room.
Yeah. Yeah.
No one would believe that I would come alive from that theater door.
Oh, really? What? Even the
But
doctors?
they said, the doctor said and came, I remember, doctors were there with me. They wouldn't, but what he said, I remember that when my doctor, the orthopedic doctor, said to me, I never forget that moment. And that when he said to me, Teuta, you know that you sustain a serious injuries in your ankle.
Yeah.
We're gonna try our best, but I cannot promise that you will be able to walk again.
Yeah.
I just kept quiet for a moment, and I raised my eyes and I looked at him and said, Doctor, it's okay. Do you know why? Because I was happy that I was alive. I was happy that I could still see my children. And that's what I promised God. Please let me live, because this time I will do it differently. Because Dave, I knew that I was not to live that little. I knew that I was meant for more and for great. But I was, as I said, I was ignoring. I was living a life like comfortable. I was not making myself uncomfortable, because that's where it is. When you make yourself uncomfortable, you come out of your comfort zone. And I was not doing that. And I knew because I was not happy. I was still empty. Even I was doing academically great and married with 2 children. I thought, listen, but deep inside, I knew that voice was nagging me, and I kept ignoring. And I said, but I want to say, Dave, before the accident happened, I felt that something was happening to me. And I thought, let it happen better so I can learn. I can do. Sometimes people were so funny. And I said, okay, I knew that something will coming, because I could feel it. So was so vivid, was so, I mean, I know what, because it's what it was, but this is gonna be a different talk about that, what I
Yeah.
felt and what I saw.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I knew that something will come up, and something that not good was coming. I felt, I dreamt, I lived it. And I said, all I could say, God, please help me. helped me even without happening, the accident happened. I just said, God, please help me, because I know that something is happening, something not good is happening. So yes, that's where the doctor said that Teuta is going to be. I mean, but what kept me going is, as again I come to that I fell in love with life, and it didn't matter if I had the legs, if I had the arms, but I just said, even I have the heart, I still can be used to someone, and I have the head, I still can be used to someone. And when the doctor like said to me, Teuta is, we don't know for sure, I just said, it's okay. It's okay, because I am happy that I am alive, and my strength and my was my children, my motivation, my everything. I loved to live, and not. I was grateful that I was not under the ground, but I was above the ground. And yes,
So yeah, I mean, fast forwarding then, obviously because you did walk again in the end, and although it's
yes,
obviously something that's going to stay with you, obviously, as I say, I know I remember the last incident I went to was same kind of incident, but how did you progress in life leading up to what you do now as a motivational speaker and best-selling author?
yes, is those days, I mean, those months that I was bedridden, I really had time to reflect on myself and on my life. And I said, this has to change. And Dave, I was praying every day. The more I prayed, the clearer the picture it became for me who I am. I was grateful that time I found who I am. What is my why?
Yeah,
I'm grateful. I mean, being on the on my room, always laying down on the bed and looking from the window and listening the birds chirping and people going and coming, I said how blessed they are, but they don't know how blessed they are. And I was thinking, and I was hoping that one day I am going out with my children and to enjoy life again. And that's where I found, that's when my first, because God speaks with us through thoughts, through like in heart, but through people as well, you know. So that's when it came to me to write a book, because that time I was every day I was writing journals as well, but never in million years I thought that I will turn this in book. God works in mysterious ways, you know. So I said, he's never too late, he's never too early, he's just on time, and he knows what he does. So just to trust the process. So then I turned it to a book born to stand out and not to fit in. It was like for 3 months actually, I poured. It was actually not only me. I mean, it was something that someone was guiding the process, you
yeah,
know. And even now when I read, sometimes I said, did I write this? So was someone was leading me in all the process. I was very, I mean, was very, very, I mean, 3 months I already published the book. So yes, and that's when I became a motivational speaker. I've spoken in many different stages, TV channels, radio, been featured to magazine, newspapers, and tabloids internationally, and and yes, that's me now, and I'm living my passion, I'm living my purpose, I'm living my calling, and
yeah.
that's
Well,
the difference, really.
excellent, excellent. Well, you got to the book Born to Stand Out and Not Fit In, which is a best-selling book. You're doing some motivational speaking. How's that been going during the pandemic? Because I mean, there's been some virtual events going, obviously like podcasts as well, but virtual speaking events as well, isn't there?
Yes, actually, for me has been very productive. Actually, Dave,
Yeah,
we all been. Yes, of course, we had some moments, some deep moments, and there was in different ways this pandemic actually united us more than divided. I mean, the technology has been an amazing and a blessing for all of us. So yes, I've done many virtual meeting and keeping up with those as well. But also, is I've written my second book, Family
Yeah.
Legacy of Love.
Wow. Okay.
The reason is I have why it came to me. I remember I say this: live life. I mean, live intentionally. Everything you do and say, let it be intentional. I remember when my son, I mean, my children came to visit me at hospital,
Yeah.
and my son was 4 years old at the time.
Yeah.
He came and with the tears on his eyes and drop in his face, he said, "Mommy, you're not gonna die. We haven't finished our story yet." My children were my motivation, my strength, the big why, the fuel that kept me going. That's why I pinned my second book, Family Legacy of Love.
Yeah. Yeah.
As Maxim Legge says, that the roots of the beauty are love and kindness, and the fruits are meaning and purpose. And I want to tell whoever is watching us that I want to ask to really ask yourself, what is your big why? Find your big why.
Yeah. Absolutely. And it gives you purpose as well and motivation to move forward more when you find it out as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So you're also coaching as well. I see you're a parent and spiritual coach, which obviously ties in quite well with your second book as well, doesn't it? So tell us more about your coaching as well.
Yes, yeah. Yes, I do. I do coaching, like one-to-one families in group, and one-to-one coaching as well. It's about I want to help and empower families to help their children as well. The book that I've written now is what I've because it's not published yet, so I cannot speak a lot about that. But I will say my teaching is very simple: to inspire, to support families. And for families, and is this from the teaching that I do, it comes from a point of love, not a point of putting your fingers. Because even me, for example, I know what is to be a parent. When I came a parent myself, I thought I could do everything right and to be the best parent that I could be and longed for. But then I realized that children don't need perfection. Children don't come one size fits all, and neither do the parents. But then I understood that give them the gift of your time, communicate with and listen, not only with your eyes and ears, but also with your heart. That transformed my own parenting. And
Yeah.
that's why I come to the point that all what I've been through, well, my experiences, my life, home techniques and strategies, I all brought it to this book. And I am sure that you will help many, many families.
Yeah. Well, that's fantastic. Great work you're doing. And how can people find you? Well, everything about you, your coaching, your book, and your motivation
Yes,
speaking.
I have my website, which is www.legacyoflove.co.uk, and they can make an appointment. They put their slots there, and also my other website, www.teutavdyli.com. And whoever calls me for the sake that I'm doing this interview with you, I'll give 30 minutes free session.
Oh wow, that's great. Okay, and they can contact you through your website in that respect as
Yes.
well. Just
Yeah.
mention the Dave Palmer show. That'll be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
fantastic. Well, it's a really great pleasure having you sharing this really, you know, captivating and obviously a powerful story you've told, and you're doing some great work out there as well. Yeah, just been a great pleasure having you on my show. Thanks for coming on the show today, Teuta.
Thank you very much. Can I close it with something, Dave, if you allow me?
Absolutely.
Or you close it already?
No, I haven't. No, you can carry on. We're still live.
Yes. Okay. I want to tell to say something to everyone who is watching us.
Yeah.
Live life to the fullest. Take off the lid of the little you have. If you take off the lid of the little you have, you won't stay little for long. It is only little to something greater. Before the accident, I was not living my greatness. I was comfortable. I was living little. But after the accident, I was ready to break through. And I was to be the woman that I was meant and intended to be. That's when I wrote my first book, Born to Stand Out and Not to Fit In. I would like as well, the second step, to write this down. Practice gratitude.
Yeah.
Everything you do, is say thank you to everyone and everything that you have around your life. Remember how blessed you are to be alive, the greatest gift of all. As Caesarea said, that the gratitude is not only the greatest of virtue, but is the parent of all others. And I am grateful that I am not the woman that I was yesterday, but I have become the woman that I am today. As you see me speaking right now, you'd never imagine the unspeakable pain that I went through. And I am not unknown to those. I've been some deep and dark moments. Oh yes. Had to go through therapy to regain and to reinvent myself. But despite all of that, I brought my own sunshine, and you can too. I don't know what's going on in your life. Perhaps you are going through a divorce, family problem, or maybe perhaps you're feeling depressed or overwhelmed, or maybe you are contemplating to giving up on your life. But here it is what I know. Never, never give up, because life is too beautiful to be wasted. As my mentor Les Brown said, it is not over until you win. This
Yeah.
is my story, and I'll stick into it. I am Teuta, and I am born to stand out, and so are you. Thank you.
Teuta, thanks for those great words to end this show. And once again, it's a great pleasure for you to come on the show today. Thank you.
It is my pleasure. Thank you ever so much, Dave. It's been a pleasure being here as well. Thank you.